live and see what happens. Here we go. What is going on? What is going on? If you tuned in earlier, I apologize. Let's not get into it. Let's just move on. You cannot wait for inspiration to strike you. You must strike it. Go out and find inspiration. That is today's secret sauce. Bitcoin, it slides down in the wake of the Silk Road BTC movements. Aave DAO has just launched Lido-specific enhancing custom financial solutions and liquidity on that chain. Watch for movement to happen. 21 Shares has decided to integrate chain-link proof to improve reserve and improve transparency for their Ethereum ETF. Let's go, Kathy Woods. And OKX and Manchester City United have launched a Pokemon-style search that is pretty spectacular. Cattison and Hamster. These are games on Telegram. The Hamster Combat game. I've talked about it before in the podcast. Delays. We are going to get into that. And we have artists. They said no more. They are actually deciding to pool their resources and sue the SEC. And Toncoin has some bearish things. When you look at technicals, it does not mean pack your bags and run home. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Tuesday, July 30th, also known as the 9th birthday of Ethereum. Today, the crypto greed and fear index is coming in at a 67. We are down 7 degrees from yesterday, while the top crypto search term for the normies is Solana. Bitcoin dominance, it is negative on the 24 hours, while Ethereum dominance has risen. Total crypto market cap has declined about 4.9% as a bunch of people got liquidated. We are currently coming in at about $2.41 trillion. And before we get into some more news, let us check some numbers for the nerds. And we are looking at the heat map, and it is hot in a terrible way, aka it is bright red. Bitcoin currently trading at $65,800. Ethereum $3,269. BNB $571. Solana $177, while XRP is trading at 0.62 and Dogecoin at 0.125. I wanted to look at some of the things on my watch list. When we look at the size and reduction in their market cap, you can see basically everything is in the red except Toncoin has risen and market cap and Mogcoin. Let's check in on the numbers and see what these actually mean. Dogecoin, Toncoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe, these are volume leaders. I want to look at the top gainers on the 24 hours. We have Mogcoin up 2.5%, Toncoin up 0.3%. Everything else is in the red on the day. Does that mean these are terrible picks? No. It means when we see the big reductions, we are looking at Mother. She is down 13.7% on the day. Now, I am not in Mother anymore. I was in the beginning. I was in the initial space that Iggy did. It was interesting to watch this. I have not dabbled back into it. The reason being is that many coins, once they go up and come back down, to reignite that same interest level is difficult to do. So persistence becomes important and memeability becomes important. And a rear end can only go so far. At some point, she needs to get in the driver's seat and she can make it absolutely anything she wants. But bringing life to it will be essential to see this token rebound, in my opinion. When we look at some of the top coins by market capitalization, the big movers are BOEM and MOG. So this morning in a space that I do with Easy Eats Bodega, I said, I think BOEM looks really good. It has performed pretty well for the day. When we look at the top 24-hour gainers, we have SPX 6900. We have Mong Coin, ticker sign MONG, a new ticker WHY, and Book of Meme. I called this very early this morning. It is up 5% on the 24 hours. It is up 27% on the week. For whatever reason, I feel like this has some movement coming. Memecoin is also looking good at the moment. Now, in my Substack, I put this out every single morning. I have been deciding to dabble in the Memecoin world, and I kind of go through a bunch of intel that I get, and I make a couple picks. This morning, I picked Billy and FWOG, ticker sign BILLY and ticker sign FWOG. I was in Billy quite a bit ago and in and out of it, but it has just gone up and down. Now, I talked about some of these tokens having the ability to reignite interest. That is the question. Are they going to have the ability to redo it? Billy, hopefully it will go up. FWOG is a newer token. This morning when I jumped into it, it had, how old was it? It was 12 hours old. So these are absolutely gambles. So let's just jump in and see where we are. So I'm going to refresh this. I haven't done that since this morning. So looking at Billy, okay, so it is nice. This morning we were looking at, I don't know what time, Billy was still around here. So Billy has since dropped, and it looks like it's rebounding a bit now. It is up 2% in the last 30 minutes, 4% on the hour, 11% on the 2 hour. So some interesting movement. And what's also interesting, just when we begin to look at some of these metrics, okay, there's a fully diluted market value currently for Billy of $118 million, okay? As we know, it's about 30 days old. Their X handle has 12,400 followers. I am following this account. Their first post was June 21st, dropping this contract address. Next up, we have FWOG. I am going to refresh this as well. So this is currently all in the red. It is up only 15% on the 24 hours. Now, this token, it is currently about a $14 million market cap. So it has declined quite a bit. Now, this is a token that is 12 hours old. When we go to the X account, the FWOG account, it has only 4,000 followers. As you can see, this is a brand new token. There is some memeability activity. It makes me smile. It's interesting. So I am going to hold it out for this one and see if anything comes to light that makes me smile. And I'm going to keep you guys abreast of it. I'm going to come up with a couple new calls first thing in the morning. Subscribe to my Substack. Next up, we have Cadison. It is a puzzle game. It is on the Telegram interface, which means it is accessible to everyone. So at some point, they plan to allocate a bunch of the funds to a PETA donation. Something happened to sour that relationship, and the funds are not going to be donated to PETA. So the community got in a huff. On top of that, right around the time that this kerfuffle came out about PETA, they said that we are not going to be able to airdrop tokens at the scheduled moment. On top of that, there is another game called Hamster Combat, who also said they are not going to be able to do their airdrop. Now, many people have been frantically playing these games on the Telegram ecosystem. I think there is some longevity in there. Are they going to figure it out? It remains to be seen. Everybody is talking about the regulatory challenges in the space, and that is a good thing, because as these games gain notoriety and cross ecosystems, they are realizing, hey, we need to have our SHIT together. So that is hopefully what they are doing. Now, the NFT ecosystem, it has always dealt with some interesting regulatory cherry picking. So there's a couple project, Impact Theory, Stoner Cats, Dapper Labs, and NBA Top Shot. All of these got cherry picked by the SEC to dole out some fines and just kind of tell the ecosystem, hey, we are looking at you. So these looks up the butt still continue, but a couple artists have decided they're sick of it and it's bullshit, and these are not fair claims. So we have Brian Fry and Jonathan Mann. They have decided to pool their resources and they are going after the SEC. Good luck with that. We love to see sailors taking on the enemy. So anytime people do that, we will drink one for you and pour one out for the homies if you do not come back. Okay, so next up, while financial people are dealing with, is it time to get in and out of the NFT ecosystem? We are down bad. We haven't been down this bad since about the 2023 November era, which was a dark time for whatever reason. Maybe that was right before. We have to figure out when Blur launched into the ecosystem and vampired the absolute trajectory. I will circle back on that. But even despite these downturns, people think that there are some opportunities who will be able to pull themselves out of the quicksand that so many people are currently in. Floor prices are dropping. The summer is not helping. But we do have some ecosystems that are winning, and the game Pixels is one of them. These guys have been turning up the heat. The CEO, Luke Burkowski, he has recently gone on wax, just stating how important that the P2E, aka play to earn ecosystem, is important to keep things moving forward. There's an interesting narrative where people were saying we want not play to earn, but play and earn. I don't know what the difference is. Let people earn money if they are spending time on your ecosystem. You are clocking users per day. If they are on your ecosystem and you are generating revenue off of their time on your ecosystem, take care of your people. It's that simple. This is a new ecosystem. We need traction. Stop being greedy. Let the traction happen. Now, as everybody knows, there are a bunch of communities. There's the doggers, the moggers, the catters, the floggers. Okay, you see how I did that? So there is an interesting site. It's called Bubble Maps. I implore you to go check it out. But they have some interesting tech, and some people were putting some things together to try and settle some disputes that have erupted with the dog community. What are we talking about? We are talking about the new token that launched, Nero. We don't know who the winner is, who the loser is. We know who was first, whose intention is better. Either way, both of these teams have approached the actual owner of the dog. She said, I don't want anything to do with any of this horse schwaggle. So these tokens are going to continue to try and figure it out. Who knows who the winner will be? This is a risky play, but whoever the winner is, what will probably happen is the other one will be evaporated into the new one, and whoever chose the right coin and was super early will probably be smiling all the way to the bank. What is interesting is Bubble Maps has provided some information, and the token creator, he's already cashed out about $5.4 million for one of them. So there's shady, whether it's not shady, people, I don't know. If you're making $5.4 million in 24 hours for doing anything, that is shady, right? If that is not going back to, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, one of the superheroes in the ecosystem is the wonderful woman, Lynn Alden. Now, she has gotten on board with this narrative that goes out, hey, let's put Bitcoin on our Federal Reserve as an asset. Najib Bukele has done this. He has been purchasing 1 Bitcoin a day for a good minute. All of it goes on to their reserve. Michael Saylor, he is purchasing a shit ton of Bitcoin. His average price is about $33,000, right? The fact that the United States has talked about some of these new politicians like Cynthia Lummis stating that we want to get this on our balance book. Donald Trump, sentiment echoed, we want it on our balance book. These are bold statements. When other countries key in and realize, wow, even as a small country, this is our opportunity to get in on this currency and become a global player. When that happens, the green candle or the God candle that will come down the pike will stagger absolutely everybody. And it's funny, I said this the other day on the podcast, that imagine if the United States took their entire gold reserve and traded it for Bitcoin at this moment in time. No more physical security, infrastructure, moving of that asset ever needed again. The savings across the board that need to be calculated into this decision are astronomical. So if we start with those savings and look at the purchase price, so we trade all of this gold for fucking Bitcoin, the digital gold that is the only thing that matters, begin our reserve, that would instantly drive the price up. Everybody else would be hammering to get on board. This is something I could absolutely see playing out. I do not think that we are smart enough to do that, but I think somebody should transfer your gold reserves into Bitcoin today. I will put something out in my Substack. I'm just going to do some numbers and some analytics and see what it actually entails. Let's find out how many people are employed guarding the gold, moving the gold, manning the vault. What could we do with that real estate? That could be an absolutely awesome club, right? The best clubhouse in the world, the best bar in the world, the best adventure park. I don't give a shit. Let's do something different and smart. Lynn Alden is on to the good things. She believes that is a good thing also. So I am super happy to see that. Next up, we have the Ethereum ETFs. It's a mixed bag coming in. BlackRock, Bitwise, Fidelity have all done well, while Grayscale has stutter-stepped out of the gate. It does not mean anything long terms. Give this a minute. Grayscale's new Ethereum mini trust, it attracted about $164 million due to its lower fees. So they are trying to figure out ways to get people into the mix of this. And remember, this was done in the middle of summer, and I almost applaud the commission for granting it at this time, because it gives this ecosystem a chance to try the bicycle out with the training wheels. September, October, in my opinion, the training wheels will come off and we will be off to the races. So we are getting ready to see that, in my opinion. Okay, next up, we have Ethereum co-founder. He has turned attention to Bitcoin, criticizing the lack of innovation, comparing it. He's not making comparisons, but he is looking at this ongoing war that we have with the Bitcoin block size and this debate. It's become this political power struggle, and it's interesting his take on it. While Ethereum faces challenges, Vitalik highlights the networking's active development community and the changes that are constantly happening and progressing in layer 2 scaling. An example with Bitcoin. What the fuck are runes for? Unnecessary, unneeded, unwanted. Period. It did not fix, solve, move anything forward, in my opinion. So Vitalik, I am on board with what you are saying. And happy 9th birthday, Ethereum. Wow. $60 billion in TVL, total value locked, for Ethereum on its 9th birthday. Just absolutely amazing. And Toncoin, it has some technicals that do not look good at the moment. I think this is a decent long-term-ish play. I think you guys should absolutely have this on your radar. And if you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. I put out these meme coin calls first thing in the morning, as well as some other market updates, some things that I think are shifting the narrative. We're going to check in on these meme coins tomorrow, see how we did, where we came out, how much of our shorts are now in the blender. That's how we do it. I hope you guys are enjoying all the things. Boom.